we have Zulu sent me a couple to look at. 3600 MMR. Oh. I just realised I didn't actually include the replay, so we'll skip the first one, I guess, and go to the second one. He did say he had some luck with what I suggested last time, which is just pushing off 3 base roach, and then behind it getting into lurker tech and a 4th base, and then making everything happen from there. So that's good to know. Oh, we're not. There we go. We have a screen. Now he mentioned this one, it was a fake cannon rush, there was no real cannons going down. I think it's just an opportunistic thing to have a look at how much our income dropped. So when did we pull for this? So there's between the 700 and 800 mark. So we pulled like a third of our drones, but that's kind of not too bad because we've got more drones coming. But then we pulled drones again. And I think, yeah, at this stage you just assume it's not happening and you go back to droning and that. The pull being delayed is probably the biggest sore point, because you could be sort of flooding lings at this stage, honestly, and not have any real issues because he's not going to have anything to defend. He can wall offshore, but you probably get the gateway if you just flooded some lings, because they'd be popping now and on their way over. He's not even going to build a wall until 2:30. Yeah, and it's a full wall too. I wonder what happens here. Oh no, it's not a full wall. Jeez, that's such a small gap. I'm really confused about what happens here. The Oracle must get insane damage. Overlords are going out, which is good. Drone count's a little behind. We're probably focused on other things. I think we had the right amount of lings here, but we didn't have them in the right position. We made it way too easy. And then, yeah, the Oracle comes in, zap, zap, zap. Oh. The funny thing is, though, is they're actually even in workers. 31 to 31. He's floating a ton of money, which means he hasn't been macroing very well. So you could recover from this better than he could recover from this. This literally just comes down to... Where is it? Just not following quick enough. You always want to be like where they're heading to. Always follow the shade, because the shades are faster than the Adepts as well, right? You won't be able to find the actual speed, but the Queen's not putting damage on this either. Means he's not shading back either, right? So he's not really abusing this very well. He knows he's got a good position here. He finally shades out where our Queen's a move commanding, which also really sucks. And we saw the Adepts coming too. I'm pretty sure, right? We saw the Adepts coming, we saw the shade. We were just a little bit too slow. I think 6 lings is probably a little bit too light. It's like these things kill a ling every second and a half or something, basically. and the Lings aren't going to get a full surround too fast. So yeah, I think you probably want more like 6 Lings each. So this is a little bit greedy, and it ended up costing you a lot for that greed, which is a bit of a shame. Because at this stage, even you're still only like 4 drones ahead. I think the fact that, yeah, the Queen's got move commanded up, that really sucked. That extra DPS would have been great. We didn't have to follow them down here either, because we had this Queen popping at the same time. 8 workers, it sounds bad, but I don't think it's as bad as we're thinking it is. One thing I'm curious about though, did we see, we had, did we hit the Oracle? We actually saw the Oracle as well, which is a shame we didn't catch that on the minimap. So that would have led us to know that, yeah, there's not going to be an issue if we just keep our queens in the right position. So a bit more urgency with following the shades. I probably should have looked a little longer, but I think he actually followed the shade with the Adepts as well. So there was really no going back for him. This one's going to be something different though. This is cannon rushing into swarm hosts. Which is a new one for me. You know what? I should have got a screenshot. How do you get a name like that? It's like a 600 MMR gap. So this seems sus to me, straight off the bat. This way unranked sucks, bro. You can just smurf so hard. Is that a normal position for that? Wouldn't you want it further back so you can wall off properly? I feel like this is dangerous because you put a pylon, you put a gateway here, but the pylon's in the wall, which kind of makes it, I don't know, just really makes it feel dangerous to me. Perfect. That's great. That's such a shame. The spine. So what's the Zerg doing behind it? Went straight into a lair. So I feel like if you are the Protoss in this situation, I think the first thing you do after you kind of settle into your taking your Nexus and that is you build a sentry. Just so you know. Because you can still afford this. I don't think it's going to set you back too bad. Nah, it is probably going to be clutch, but if you are going for an Oracle anyway, we've got the Nidus. Just a couple of them. Yeah, it's kind of over. Yeah, it's rough, man. You're floating a lot of money here though, like you could have made a lot of stuff, you could have made some cannons here, you had vision to this spot too, but yeah, the fact that you had nothing to follow up is a real killer here. And the fact that this also got up, oh yeah, we didn't really chrono boost that either. See what I mean? You can get a lot of stuff out from like a one base Nidus. We've got the pylon. Twilight Council's irrelevant, but like when we're not spending our money, we're supply capped in a sec. We're gonna lose the Twilight Council. The Void Ray kind of comes up, beams. He's not even that fast with doing this. Oh, we had an Oracle earlier. Yeah, that's... I just think getting a scout off a bit earlier is a great idea there. Getting anything onto the other side, even an adept. Making just an adept and heading to the other side. You could just supply capped here, which is really unlucky. Getting an adept out and seeing what he's doing, because you need to know, is he taking... You can see that he's not taking his natural right. So what's the next best thing is going to be 100% a Nidus for me. A Nidus or some sort of timing attack. The fact that the Oracle went... I think the Oracle going across the map is actually greedy as hell. That's a mistake. That's straight up a mistake. You know he's one base. At least you can very confidently assume he's one base. And then you've decided that you're going to try and get additional damage. All you need to do is weather the first attack. If you were here ready for this to go, because the Nidus is a very obvious follow-up. Unfortunately, you don't have good vision here, and you don't have good vision here. So there's a lot of good places where he could attack with something like a Nidus. But yeah, I didn't realize the Oracle just went like straight out. This is a mistake. That's obviously the biggest mistake, is just not assuming that he's going to do something like this. So that's just something to keep in your back pocket for next time that a Nidus play is absolutely doable. That's just going to be it for those two. That's pretty simple ones. I've got another one there, which I'll have a look at a little bit later. I might do separately. But yeah, Nidus play, that's dangerous. So if you do have any, please email them through omgitsduane@gmail.com, and I'll have a look. If you like what you see, you want to submit your own, fantastic. Leave me a comment, like, subscribe, all that kind of stuff, and we'll see you next time.